This is the Xiaomi Pad 5. It's packed with functional features to the brim, but has a reasonable price tag. And for those of you who remember, it also marks Xiaomi's return to the tablet category in India 8 years after the Mi Pad, which launched in 2015. The Pad 5, however, is a mid-range tablet which tries to offer a premium tablet experience at half the price and wants to go up against the Apple iPads. But does it have even half of the functionality of an iPad? That's what you're about to find out in this video. When I say this tablet is packed with features, Xiaomi has really put in most features necessary for a great tablet experience. I'm talking about a flagship Snapdragon 800 series chipset, Dolby Vision certified display, 4 speakers, a large battery, and familiar yet polished software experience with MIUI for Pad. Xiaomi has enough experience with the Indian smartphone market that has helped it remain at the top of the game, and with the Pad 5, it aims to replicate that success in the tablet segment. It tries to make its case against the 9th gen iPad with its affordable price and the iPad Air with its rich feature set. The Xiaomi Pad 5 has a premium build and feels great to hold in the hand. The middle frame is made from aluminum and the rear panel is largely plastic with a glossy finish that's resistant to fingerprints, but not so much with smudges. The Pad 5 is thinner than the 9th gen iPad at just 6.9mm, but is slightly hefty at 511 grams. Still, you will be able to use it comfortably with both hands, like when gaming or watching something casually on YouTube. It's got 4 speakers, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and these are accompanied by a power button and a Type-C port. Now, the power button does not have a fingerprint reader, which I feel is a missed opportunity, and anyone who buys this tablet will have to make do with either a pin or pattern to unlock it. There is a magnetic connector to dock the Smart Pen and a 3-pin pogo connector to attach the keyboard right here. Now, I believe this is a well-designed tablet for daily use, and while it doesn't have all the metal finish of an iPad, it feels every bit premium than you'd expect from a tablet at this price. The Xiaomi Pad 5 has a gorgeous high-resolution 10-bit display, and even though it uses an LCD panel, the visuals are sharp with good contrast and details that makes for a great viewing experience. The display is also certified for Dolby Vision and HDR10, which makes watching movies and shows even more vibrant and enjoyable with supported content. And while Netflix offers supported Dolby Vision content, Prime Video is yet to add that functionality. Xiaomi claims 650 nits peak brightness in the high brightness mode, which I found to be accurate in my daily use. In our test, the display goes up to 635 nits on average in the high brightness mode or sunlight mode, and around 630 nits in the normal mode. Since it's not an OLED panel, the screen doesn't have pitch perfect black levels and goes till 6 nits of minimum brightness, which is decent. It also has a color temperature sensor like the True Tone in iPad, which adjusts colors based on the ambient lights. The screen is also protected by Gorilla Glass 3. While using the Smart Pen, the display might feel a bit slippery, and as a result, I noticed some ghost touches sometimes when scribbling in the Notes app. Though it has palm rejection, which works well almost all of the time, you can always apply a matte screen protector to get a paper-like feel, which is much better if you will be using the Smart Pen regularly with this tablet. The day-to-day performance of this tablet is really great, and there's nothing that breaks that experience. From MIUI for Pad to system animations and multitasking, the Pad 5 is excellent for playing games, watching movies, and doing some work on the side. The Snapdragon 860 is capable of lending enough power for tasks like sketching, taking notes, editing photos, gaming, and watching content on the go. In synthetic benchmarks like Antutu, Geekbench, and 3D Mark, the Pad 5 received decent scores that only prove that it is capable of running all apps and games you can find on the Play Store without any issues. In the CPU throttling test, The Xiaomi Pad 5 was able to hold out on its own, giving us 94% of its maximum performance. Being a tablet with a large surface area, heat dissipation isn't a problem and this tablet rarely runs hot. It runs games like Genshin Impact, COD Mobile, BGMI and Apex Legends without any major lags or frame drops, and you can easily get 55 to 60 FPS in these games. There are some games that also support 120 FPS like Alto's Odyssey, Mortal Kombat, Grim Valor and more, but if you are coming from a smartphone, there's a bit of a learning curve to play on such a large screen. Now this tablet has got a great set of speakers that complement the gaming and viewing experience, making it a great device for multimedia consumption. Though the presence of a 3.5mm audio jack is missed, given that you will cover one speaker grill on each side when holding the tablet in landscape mode. The MIUI for Pad has a neat and minimal look which remains greatly responsive and smooth for the most part. The Android system still recognizes it as MIUI 13 based on Android 11, and there are still a lot many optimizations that are needed, like the feed layout in Twitter or Instagram apps. However, I hope Xiaomi continues to work on improving the MIUI for Pad, especially since the Android 12 update is due, which brings in much better support for large screens. Xiaomi also offers a Smart Pen as a separate accessory with this tablet. While it isn't as efficient as the Apple Pencil, it offers great pressure sensitivity levels with low latency, making it a great tool for taking down notes in the Smart Note app or just sketching something. It weighs just 12 grams and attaches to the top of the Pad 5 when held in landscape mode and charges wirelessly for the duration it is docked, taking just 20 minutes to fully charge. The other accessory is the keyboard for the Xiaomi Pad, which makes it versatile and you can pair it up with a wireless mouse and you're all set to get some work done. The keyboard is good enough for some writing work or just generally browsing around the web, but don't expect a laptop-like performance, especially if your use case requires you to deal with a lot of spreadsheets. Sadly though, the keyboard remains unavailable and isn't listed on mi.com, and neither has Xiaomi announced its pricing for India. This tablet offers a good battery life, and in my use you could go on for a day or two of using it regularly. If you are only going to be using it to watch occasional movies or shows, you can expect around 3 to 4 days of battery life easily. In our video loop test, the Xiaomi Pad 5 ran a local 4K video file over VLC for around 14.5 hours before giving up on us, with the brightness set to maximum and refresh rate set to 120Hz, which is pretty good. The tablet supports 33 watt fast charging, yet Xiaomi bundles a 22.5 watt fast charger in the box. On average, it took around 2 hours to fully charge the battery, but you can reduce the charging time if you have a 33 watt charger handy. Otherwise, it's not worth buying separately. The Xiaomi Pad 5 has a 13 megapixel camera on the back, which is decent and does a good job of scanning documents and sharing them when required. But it's not going to be a first choice for taking pictures for anyone who has a smartphone in their pocket. The front-facing camera is also good enough for video calls, and it manages to put across sharp visuals with natural skin tones. Its placement, however, is the same as on the iPads, which means you'll never appear to be looking straight into the camera while on a call in the landscape mode. Xiaomi sets a benchmark with its latest tablet, which goes heavy with features but is light on the pocket. Its closest competitor is the 9th gen Apple iPad, which undoubtedly offers a better tablet experience, especially with its app and games ecosystem. But with the Xiaomi Pad 5, you're getting an immersive display with 120Hz refresh rate, better audio experience, a great battery life and 256GB storage for just Rs 28,999. All of which remains unmatched in this price bracket. The Xiaomi Pad 5 is a solid showing from the company, but it does have its share of drawbacks. The MIUI for Pad needs more optimizations, be it in system or with apps, but the cohesiveness of the iPad OS is missing right now. The Pad 5 misses out on cellular connectivity, GPS, biometric fingerprint reader, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Save for the cellular option, all are essential features in my opinion. Then there's the case of Xiaomi pulling a fast one by offering support for 33 watt fast charging but a 22.5 watt adapter in the box. So is the Xiaomi Pad 5 better than an iPad? I'd say that it's definitely a better investment than the 9th gen iPad. The 256GB storage variant of the iPad 2021 costs $44,900. Add in the cost of the first gen Apple Pencil, which is $8,500, and the smart keyboard, which is another $13,900. We are already at $67,300. I did the math for you. Even though the MIUI for Pad is based on Android 11, it was able to handle multitasking and tasks like gaming and sketching with great ease. I can see the Pad 5 being used by college students and creative professionals who want to try their hands on sketching and designing. It runs the Microsoft Office suite, so you can make your projects on this tablet and maybe even write your first novel on it. It works as a great media consumption device too, but what it can't do is be a laptop replacement and perform high-level tasks that are meant for laptops. Thanks for watching this video till the end. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do, and tap the bell icon to get notified whenever we put out a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.